Thank you guys for coming back to another episode of Cobra TV. Today was a good day for No Man's Sky info, so sit back and enjoy the show. All right, Lorian, thank you for coming back on Cobra TV again. It's awesome to have you back on, and I've got you back on because of some developments that have been coming out. Man, I tell you what, this has been just one hell of a day. Like, if I was at work today, I probably would have gotten in trouble because of all the news and everything that's been, going around, and it's just been a good day. And one of the biggest things that came out, I know it's not No Man's Sky related, but Ark.
I saw that. That looks exciting.
Can you believe that? Ark, oh my gosh. Okay, so the New York, well, first I want to talk about Jeff Keighley's?
I think it's Keighley. I think it's Keighley, yeah.
Let's roll with Keighley.
Let's go with it.
I'm sure if we're wrong, someone's going to roast us in the comments section.
Oh, no doubt, yeah.
But Jeff.
Probably Jeff himself.
Have you ever seen this show, Final Hours?
You know what? I haven't, but just a few minutes ago before the show, it actually appears to be kind of an interactive app. So I downloaded the Mass Effect one on my iPad and I was looking through it, and it's actually super cool. It has video in there, it has stories, photographs and stuff. It's sort of like a new type of news article, I guess. Like, it's hard to explain.
Huh. Okay, so all right. My question is, and if anybody doesn't, if you're listening and you don't know why I'm bringing up Jeff Keighley, is because he's doing a show called Final Hours, where he pretty much follows a developer's team during the final hours of finally, being done with the game and to completion. Yeah. And he's doing one on No Man's Sky.
So exciting.
You're right. I can't wait. Now, the thing is, I wanted to talk to someone who's actually seen one, because how much footage? Now, he says that No Man's Sky is about 40% done. How much footage?
Well, or his Final Hours thing.
Right. Yes. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So the completion of his show reflects on the completion of No Man's Sky. So what I'm asking is, in the Mass Effect, how much of that footage could have been recorded at their studio way before that they were finally being done in the final hours? You see what I'm saying? Like, how much of that footage could just be fluffer, and is there 30 to 40% of fluffer in the Mass Effect?
That's a good question. I mean, a lot of this could have been, like pre-done. There's a lot of concept art in here I'm seeing, a lot of pictures around the studio. Kind of like that other article that came out not too long ago about, it was when the reporter was sort of embedded with Hello Games for the Joe Danger days.
Yeah.
Did you see that? How it had like tons? Yeah, it's a lot like that. It feels a lot like that to me. But it does have embedded video and stuff.
Okay, so a lot of it that he's already done could have been just, things that they need for the show that they won't have to get later on.
That is definitely possible.
Guys, I was thinking about that earlier, and I wanted to really see one and actually see what it looked like. But and maybe that's why he's so solid. We're about 40% done. We've got all the fluffer stuff, so the other half we're gonna do when they get closer to being done. But in the New York, it's not even the New York Times.
No, the New Yorker.
The New Yorker, yes.
Yeah.
There was an article.
Big news.
Yes. The New Yorker article, it's a long read, but it's the best piece I've ever read. It was just so written good. So well,
Yeah, and there's so many little nuggets of info in there, Cobra.
Yes, I know.
Oh my God.
And one of those being the release date.
Yes.
The one being the fact that we finally know what the drones are. I actually said it months ago in a video. Someone brought up the drones when I was talking to them in a sub call, and I said, "Do you know what the drones are?" And they said, "What?" I said, "I think they're part of the malevolent force, galactic robots, the guardian robots that I think they'll attack you just like the robots. I think they're, you could be up on a mountain, real high up, and you could be shooting down at a bunch of animals, and the 2-story tall robots, they can't get to you. So
interesting.
Yeah, so it's like, I think the drones are to be in places those robots can't be, and to be in multiple numbers,
Yeah, anti-griefing.
Right. Yeah. So now we know for a fact that is exactly what those drones are. And it reads, it says, in another granular soil, the color of the baked salt was embedded with red coral. A planet hung in the sky. A hovering robot traversed the horizon. Those drones, Murray said, they will attack you if they find you killing animals or illegally mining resources.
Yeah, and that was something else that was kind of significant to me, that term illegally.
Yes.
That is interesting to me. I'm like, how are you going to know?
What's illegally?
Right. Like, how do you, that is just cool.
Yeah.
Cool information. Very, very curious.
I guess shooting down a ship trying to go to a trading post on its way there, and you shoot it down and you take its loot. That could be illegally mining.
That would be one way.
Well, I don't know. That's very interesting there, but
it is, yeah.
The release date.
Yeah, no, they're still saying 2015 for sure. I mean,
right.
So.
But he said
end of year, didn't he?
It says they are scheduled to finish at the end of this year. There we go. There's where I was thinking winter. It doesn't say winter, but it says they are scheduled to finish at the end of this year. At that time, they will invite millions of people to explore their creation as a video game packaged under the title No Man's Sky.
There you go. Oh, yeah, right at the beginning there.
Right. So
we're just going to have to deal. It's not like it's going to change based on our pining away or anything. So
right.
If they need it, then they need it.
I'm reading it over and over to see if it changes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, let me know if that works out, because I will do that too.
It'll be different this time.
Yeah.
Oh, let me try again.
Damn it. But still a good article.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, such a great article. But I think us as a community, we got to understand that we may have to wait. I've been reading the tweets from Danny O'Dwyer. That guy is really set in stone. Like, people are hammering that guy pretty hard. It's like, I bet you he wishes that he never even said a darn thing. Like,
I bet.
Someone had asked him, is this purely speculation?
Yes.
No, it's because I'm a journalist.
That was kind of obnoxious, honestly. So yeah, to recap real quick, at the end of what was the show? I don't know, some video show he was guest hosting or whatever, when he said, there's no way it's coming out in 2015. Like, it's not happening.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and then people, us, got kind of like upset about that. But yeah, then he backpedaled a little bit on Twitter after that, but that initial response was kind of arrogant.
Right.
And I like him. I mean, he's okay. Like, I like the footage they did of No Man's Sky early on. But he said, hey, I could be wrong, in the end, which was, if he'd said that right away, that's probably the best way he could have handled that comment.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
If they tell me that I have to wait till spring of 2016, I'm still going to be okay with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. It's just we're so excited.
Right. And I would know, okay, that's the date. That's what I got to wait for. All right, fine.
Yeah, true. Having a date set in the sand, even if it is, 2016, at least we would know, and that would temper expectations. Because a lot of the kind of like foaming at the mouth we're doing is in an information vacuum. That's the cause of a lot of it. And that's why this article was such a big deal, because we went from information, it's like 0 to 60. Like, all of a sudden there's all this stuff to look over, and we just descended like piranhas.
Right. There's also a lot of talk in there about, Sony trying to do, getting ready to do promotion for the game. Because they know what they have. They do. In that article, it says Adam Boyles, a vice president at Sony PlayStation, described it to be as potentially one of the biggest games in the history of our industry.
Yes.
That's the vice president of Sony PlayStation.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up, because I like the sound of that quote, but that just goes to show, like, we don't need to worry about them, properly marketing this. They're onto it. They get it.
Yeah.
And plus what they said about the book.
Oh yeah, I was getting to that in a minute.
Yeah, okay,
No,
yeah.
that's really cool. The book, just salivating. But
Hmm.
um, so look for a lot of promotion for before this game's going to come out. Don't expect it to come out surprisingly at E3. I don't
Hmm.
think Sony's going to allow something like that to happen because they're going to miss all those urgent sales from the game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in marketing, and no marketing department would allow that to happen, especially not like Sony's. I mean, that's not happening.
Right. If it was a smaller, more unheard of game, I
Hmm.
could see Sony saying, all right, yeah, you can release it on midnight at this such and such time. If you want to, you could tell people. If not, we don't care.
Hmm.
But this
Yeah,
is
or
not
an
that.
indie studio would do that.
Exactly. Yeah. And at this point, Hello Games, can you really call it an indie studio now?
No, I don't think so.
It's a
I mean,
pretty big title,
yeah.
backed by Sony in a big way.
Yeah, well, they got to E3, and like that article was saying, like there's never been an indie title at E3, so that's unprecedented.
Yeah. Yeah, very true.
Hmm.
Now, another part in that article, it says that people at Sony wanted to issue a companion book, and once he realized that it might be inevitable, he decided to get involved. And one afternoon, he met with Dave Gibbons, the co-creator of the Watchmen comic book series, to discuss his possible role as editor.
Do I know? Isn't that awesome?
Yes!
That is so exciting.
Like, oh my gosh, there's going to be a companion book. Now, is that
Yes.
what would be in it? He said there's no holding your hand. So like,
Right.
what? I don't know what is this? Like maybe mostly like you could fill it out yourself?
Right. So, yeah, that's
Maybe?
a very good question. I don't know because, okay, so they do art books, but you wouldn't necessarily need like an editor of that caliber for an art book, I wouldn't think. So,
Right.
what is it? Is it, and I don't understand why it would necessarily be a comic because you're sort of discovering your own path in your own story. Like,
And
there's,
yeah,
I don't know.
wow. It's something I really don't understand. Why would Sony want a companion? What is Sony thinking a companion book is? That's what's really getting me. Like,
Yeah.
and for a comic book artist, David Gibbons, to
Yeah.
be the editor of this thing is just blows my mind. Like, wow, what is this thing gonna be?
I know. This is just more fun to speculate about.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
I can't wait, man. It's been a good day.
Mhm.
And the whole Jeff Kiley thing, that I remember reading that back in March, and I just didn't keep going down. I'm like, this is just crap.
Well, you kind of had to stare at it for a while to figure out what it was actually saying. And plus, you have to, I mean, I didn't really get the significance of it at first until
Yeah.
it was sort of pointed out, like in the Reddit thread. And I'm just like, oh, okay, well, And then I just now, like I said, like checked out that one of their apps, and he's done them for, okay, like Half-Life 2, Titanfall, Portal 2, Mass Effect 3, and some other ones. And I haven't really played those games, but I haven't played Mass Effect 3, and it was just a really nice treatment, I have to say, of the app. So I'm really looking forward to whenever it does come out, the No Man's Sky version of that. It's going to be really nice.
Is it only an app, or is there a video or article?
I don't know. I think they're only apps. They're 99-cent apps because the Portal 2 one, when I looked it up on Google, and they all have their unique URLs. That's the thing too. But if you just Google Final Hours, Jeff Keighley, then they all come up. And then, so that's what I did. And, they appear to all be apps, which is an interesting model. It's an interesting thing for him to be doing. It's sort of like, kind of latching onto a popular game and,
Right.
well, I mean, profiting, not in a bad way, but selling something in tune with that.
Yeah. Anything we can get our hands on is awesome.
Yeah.
I don't care what I got to pay for it or who's making it.
Right. And I mean, that said, I'm still hoping for like an actual formal, documentary, like a video that's like, half hour long, whatever, an hour long. But, and this is not that, but this is sort of a really interesting companion sort of interactive article, which was cool.
Do you think the companion book is just that? Like,
I don't know. No, I don't know.
Story behind making the game, or
I don't think so.
Concept art, or
I don't know. I mean, it might be the concept art. Maybe they throw those cool math formulas in there because I looked that up on Wikipedia too. That super formula that it was talking about. That's a really interesting Wikipedia entry.
Huh.
Looking at the maths.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean,
I don't know.
Maybe it could have like give you maybe a book to help you understand the galactic map better.
Maybe, or like protocols. I don't know. Who knows? It's very strange.
Yeah.
Very strange.
It's interesting to say the least. I can't wait to see what it is, and if I have to get it, if I have to pre-order to get it, I'm doing it.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. No matter, I don't care what it is, I'm gonna get me one. I'm definitely gonna have one or two. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I hope it's not a journal necessarily, because I don't need that. I got myself a straight up journal for No Man's Sky already, so.
Right.
I'm ready to go.
And plus, there's the explorenms.com where you can put your journals up there too. Have you been by there?
Oh yeah, yep.
Okay.
Not recently enough, but I'll be, doing my part as a Cobra citizen and posting there.
Yeah, that's a hard site to run because it's costing me money for the hosting, and at the same time, it's like it's not ready yet. Like that, I wanted to open it up so people could join and make their accounts and everything, but that is going to take off. It's going to be something to use when the game's actually out. So
big time.
Really nothing to do on it yet. Except for chit chat with people and mess around on the forums, but
yeah, nothing wrong with that.
All right, do you want to go ahead and I know you got a YouTube channel and you actually upload videos, and I was watching them. They're pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
Do you want to go ahead and plug your YouTube channel or?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know. It's not like a crazy active channel because my time is when I get to video game varies, but certainly there will be No Man's Sky up on there when it's there, and I'm playing 7 Days to Die like a fiend. I call it TCAT Off the Clock is like my video stream, and yeah, you can link that too if you're cool with that.
Yeah, definitely will. All right, Lorian, thank you for coming on the show, and I'll link that YouTube channel down below. And you guys go over and check out her. She plays 7 Days to Die. I've never played the game, but it does look interesting, especially after watching her play it. But anyway, guys, that's the news. We were able to talk about a release date for No Man's Sky. Sounds like the end of the year. Looks like maybe next year. Who knows? I don't know. None of us know.
No.
And a companion book. For No Man's Sky it's looking like that's set in stone.
Well, I mean, there's the Kylie Final Days or Final Hours project.
Yeah, the Final Hours project, and the fact that we now know what the No Man's Sky drones and the trailers are actually used for.
Yes.
The robotic guardian force. So that's good to know finally. And
yes, and illegal mining.
And legal mining, yeah. What are we gonna think about that one?
Breaking the law.
Breaking the law.
Breaking the law.
All right. Thank you, Lauren, for coming on the show. Thank you, everybody, for watching. It's been an amazing time, and I hope to have you on soon.
Always a pleasure, Cobra. Have a great rest of your week.
You too, Lauren.